We're going to start off talking about the choice of corporate entity. Basically, when you form a business, you've got several choices as to how you want to operate your business. The one choice is proprietorship. It means you just go into business, get a business license, and you're in business. There's nothing you've got to do. At the same time, if you somebody sues, they're going to sue you individually. There's no separation of legal liability, so therefore you'll end up being sued individually. The next step up is a legal liability company. And basically what a legal liability company does is to segregate the liabilities from yourself personally from those of the company. Now some people think they can go out and form an LLC and it protect themselves totally from acts of the business. Well, that's not true. The only way an LLC is going to protect you much from the acts of the business is if you have employees. If I'm out and I've got an LLC and I run over you in my car, where are you going to sue me and the LLC? So there's no separation of liability of you individually if you're the one that causes the act or the damage to someone. If an employee, however, one of my employees goes out and runs over you in a car, I'm protected. Because it's not me. You're going to sue that employee who ran over you in the car plus the LLC. You won't be suing me individually. So even though the LLC is real good from lots of standpoints and does give you protection from maybe liabilities if I sign a contract to lease space. And one of my clients, Chris Shellnut is here. I've known Chris for 25 years. I think I know his name. But he operates at Executive Suites here in Peachtree City where you can rent a room for him and use it for 4 hours a month, 4 hours a week, 4 hours, and you'll only pay for the time you use it. Well, he's got that on an LLC. And I do accounting work for him. So if I send him a bill for $100 to the LLC and the LLC doesn't have the money to pay me, I can't sue him individually for that unless he signed a personal guarantee. So it does give you some separation from creditors. That's why the bank, they have these wonderful people from BB&T here today. Would y'all let me borrow money just in the name of my LLC? No, see, she's shaking her head over there. They're going to want personal guarantees on it because, again, they're going to want to be able to come after the individual separately from just the LLC. So the LLC can perform a lot of good services, and certainly, especially if you have employees or liabilities there that could occur, you want separation in the use of an LLC. Same thing if you've got rental property. LLC is real good because, again, it separates you from liability. If you're not the one that caused the liability, then you'll separate yourself from that liability. So the next step up from that is a partnership. And the true partnership has kind of faded away now. Everyone's using LLCs. Very few people are using partnerships. However, if I decided to sell lemonades on the street corner and Chris was going to help me in it, and we shook hands, well, we've got a partnership, a legal partnership. General partnerships, we're both liable for the acts of the other totally because we haven't filed and gotten the separation of the LLC. But again, a partnership itself doesn't require any legal document at all. So therefore, again, I suggest you stay away from that because then you're both liable for the acts of the other in the business. So you want to go with the LLC. Corporation is the next step up, which again is separates you a little bit further because the corporation can gives you the same legal protection you have in the LLC and it still gives you some tax benefits separate from the LLC. A lot of these are designations of tax separation. Certainly the S corporation, which is a subchapter S under the tax law corporation, is certainly another level, and certainly tax benefits of doing that, tax benefits of being a regular corporation, tax benefits of being a partnership. There's tax benefits, advantages and disadvantages of all of these things. So someone comes up to me and says, well, what should I be? Well, we've got to sit down and look at your specific facts and what you want to accomplish to know what kind of entity you need to set up as. Used to be, before we had the LLCs, everyone was using pretty much an S-corp for a service business, and except in specific unusual circumstances. There's certain, again, benefits, health insurance stuff you get from being a regular corporation you don't get from being a sub-S. There's ways to work around this some by employing a spouse, employing children. Talk about the children employing a little bit later. A lot of benefits you can get in there depending on what benefits you want to get from the operation.